Some stories refuse to remain confined to the realm of fiction, bleeding into reality in ways that challenge our understanding of history itself. The case of Homer's Odyssey presents such a puzzle, where archaeological evidence and historical documentation suggest that what scholars have long dismissed as pure mythology may have been rooted in actual ancient voyages of terrifying precision. But before we explore this mystery, hit subscribe to stay in the loop. It was a humid afternoon in late September 1997 when Dr. Elena Marchetti first discovered the clay tablets buried beneath the ruins of ancient Pylos. The site, located on the southwestern coast of the Peloponnese in Greece, had been excavated countless times before. Yet somehow, these particular artifacts had remained hidden in a chamber that previous archaeological teams had completely overlooked. The tablets themselves appeared unremarkable at first glance. Weathered clay fragments inscribed with Linear B script, the ancient Mycenaean writing system that had been deciphered decades earlier. Dr. Marchetti, a specialist in Bronze Age maritime archaeology, began the painstaking process of translation with her team from the University of Athens. What they uncovered defied conventional understanding of ancient Greek literature and navigation. The tablets contained detailed sailing instructions that matched with disturbing accuracy the route described in Homer's epic poem. Wind patterns, seasonal currents, and landmark descriptions aligned perfectly with the fictional journey of Odysseus. The first tablet described a departure from Troy, providing specific navigational details that corresponded to actual Bronze Age sailing techniques. The instructions included references to stellar navigation using constellations that would have been visible during the proposed time frame of the Trojan War, around 1200 BC. More troubling were the descriptions of islands and coastal features that matched locations along the Mediterranean route traditionally associated with Odysseus's wanderings. The tablets detailed harbors, freshwater sources, and dangerous rocky outcroppings with the precision of someone who had actually navigated these treacherous waters. Dr. Marchetti's team soon realized they were dealing with something far more complex than simple coincidence. The tablets predated the earliest known versions of Homer's Odyssey by at least 3 centuries. Either Homer had access to these ancient navigation records, or both the tablets and the epic poem were based on the same historical voyages. The mystery deepened when the team discovered references to phenomena that seemed to transcend normal maritime experience. One tablet described an island where the sun appeared to move backward across the sky, creating a day that lasted nearly twice its normal length. Another detailed encounters with whirlpools that produced sounds resembling human voices, calling out warnings in an ancient dialect that predated known Greek linguistic development. Marine archaeologist Dr. James Rothwell, called in to consult on the project, brought decades of experience studying Bronze Age shipwrecks. His analysis of the sailing techniques described in the tablets revealed knowledge of ocean currents and wind patterns that shouldn't have been available to ancient Mediterranean sailors. The tablets described a method of navigation that relied on reading subtle changes in watercolor and wave patterns to detect underwater geological formations. This technique, known to modern oceanographers as bathymetric navigation, requires understanding of seafloor topography that ancient sailors supposedly lacked. Even more disturbing was the discovery of what appeared to be systematic observations of magnetic anomalies. The tablets contained references to areas where bronze navigation instruments behaved erratically, spinning without apparent cause. These locations, when plotted on modern magnetic declination maps, corresponded precisely to known geomagnetic disturbances in the Mediterranean. Dr. Marchetti's team faced a troubling realization. The tablets suggested that ancient Mediterranean sailors possessed navigational knowledge that modern science had only recently developed. The precision of their observations implied access to instruments and techniques that shouldn't have existed in the Bronze Age. The investigation took an unexpected turn when the team discovered a sealed chamber beneath the original tablet repository. Inside, they found bronze implements that defied classification. The objects appeared to be navigation instruments, but their design incorporated principles that wouldn't be understood until the development of modern magnetic compass technology. One particular device resembled a bronze astrolabe, but with modifications that suggested it was designed to account for magnetic variation. The instrument contained a freely rotating bronze needle that, when tested, consistently pointed to magnetic north rather than true north. The metallurgical analysis revealed bronze alloys that shouldn't have been possible with ancient smelting techniques. The team's findings became even more perplexing when they attempted to trace the source of the bronze used in these instruments. Isotopic analysis revealed metal compositions that didn't match any known ancient Mediterranean mining operations. The bronze contained trace elements found in geological formations that weren't accessible to Bronze Age mining technology. Dr. Rothwell's described in the tablets led to a series of experimental voyages using reconstructed bronze. The results challenged fundamental assumptions about ancient maritime capabilities. Following the tablet instructions precisely, the experimental crew successfully navigated routes that modern sailors considered extremely dangerous without contemporary instruments. The ancient techniques proved remarkably accurate, guiding the vessel through treacherous waters with precision that seemed impossible for the time period. More disturbing were the crew's reports of phenomena that matched descriptions in both the tablets and Homer's Odyssey. At specific locations mentioned in the ancient texts, the crew experienced unusual acoustic effects. Sounds carried across water in ways that defied normal atmospheric conditions, creating echoes that seemed to originate from underwater sources. The experimental voyage revealed that several locations described in the tablets produced consistent, anomalous effects. Electronic equipment malfunctioned in predictable patterns, and compass readings deviated from normal magnetic declination in ways that matched the ancient descriptions of navigational difficulties. Dr. Marchetti's team discovered that the tablets contained references to seasonal phenomena that could only be observed from specific maritime locations. The descriptions included details about unusual tidal patterns, bioluminescent displays, and atmospheric optical effects that modern oceanographers had only recently documented. The tablets described encounters with what appeared to be advanced understanding of marine biology. References to seasonal migrations of sea creatures, spawning patterns of specific fish species, and the behavior of marine mammals demonstrated knowledge that required systematic, long-term observation. Most troubling was the discovery of tablets describing navigation during what appeared to be significant geological events. The texts referenced sailing through areas experiencing underwater volcanic activity, with detailed observations of changes in water temperature, unusual wave patterns, and atmospheric disturbances that accompanied submarine eruptions. These descriptions matched modern volcanological understanding of underwater volcanic processes. The tablets contained observations about the relationship between seismic activity and ocean conditions that wouldn't be scientifically established until the 20th century. The investigation revealed that the tablets contained astronomical observations that required mathematical precision beyond what was attributed to Bronze Age civilizations. Star charts embedded in the navigation instructions demonstrated understanding of celestial mechanics that predated known developments in ancient astronomy by several centuries. Dr. Marquis' team found themselves confronting evidence that ancient Mediterranean sailors possessed knowledge systems that modern science was only beginning to understand. The tablets suggested that what historians had dismissed as mythological elements in Homer's Odyssey were actually descriptions of real phenomena observed by ancient navigators. The final revelation came when the team discovered that the tablets contained references to navigation techniques that accounted for the gradual shift in magnetic declination over time. The ancient navigators appeared to understand that magnetic north changes position relative to true north, a phenomenon that wasn't scientifically recognized until the development of modern geomagnetic theory. The tablets described methods for correcting navigation calculations based on observations of magnetic variation that required understanding of the Earth's magnetic field behavior. This knowledge implied access to centuries of systematic magnetic observations that should have been impossible for ancient civilizations to accumulate. Dr. Marchetti's findings suggested that Homer's Odyssey was not merely a work of imaginative literature, but a encoded record of actual voyages undertaken by navigators who possessed knowledge that transcended the supposed limitations of their time period. The epic poem appeared to preserve, in mythological form, accurate descriptions of real maritime phenomena and navigation techniques. The investigation was quietly suspended when the Greek Ministry of Culture classified the tablets as culturally sensitive artifacts requiring restricted access. The bronze navigation instruments were transferred to an undisclosed location, and Dr. Marchetti's team was reassigned to other projects. The official archaeological report concluded that the tablets represented interesting examples of ancient maritime knowledge, but made no reference to the anomalous navigation techniques or the implications for understanding Homer's Odyssey. The experimental voyage data was archived without publication, and the unusual phenomena reported by the crew were not included in the final documentation. The case remains classified, raising questions about what other ancient texts might contain encoded records of real events that modern science is only beginning to understand. What do you think happened to those Bronze Age navigators who possessed such advanced knowledge, and why would their real voyages be disguised as mythology? Share your thoughts below and subscribe to explore more cases where ancient mysteries challenge our understanding of the past.